Do you doubt yourself a lot? Do you criticize yourself a lot? Do you blame yourself for things that are not even your fault? Do you find yourself apologizing for things that you don't need to be apologizing for? Do you compare yourself to other people a lot? Are you always trying to be perfect so you can hide your flaws? Are you always trying to please other people and put yourself behind? Do you struggle with asserting yourself in things or in areas that you know that your light can truly shine in? Do you find yourself downplaying your capabilities and abilities so other people can shine? Are you always making an effort to hide behind the scene so you don't get seen? Are you conscious of your looks, of who you are, or of what people think about you? If you identify with any of these things, your self-esteem might be running on low. So let's talk about it. Welcome to today's episode of the Talk by Talk series. And today, we're going to talk about how to deal with low self-esteem. Everyone experiences moments of self-doubt, including myself. But for some people, low self-esteem can become a consistent life issue that holds them back in life. An issue capable of robbing them of a life that was meant for them. An issue capable of deterring them from living out their purpose in this world. So the goal of this episode is to help someone out there recognize what low self-esteem looks like and understand the cause of it, and then suggest a few helpful ways to help overcome this problem. To begin with, let's re-emphasize on some of the common indicators that your self-esteem meter is running low. You're constantly criticizing yourself. You're constantly comparing yourself to other people. You're constantly doubting yourself. You downplay your capabilities and abilities so that other people can shine. You're always eager to please people and put yourself last. You focus excessively on your perceived shortcomings and flaws. You are afraid to take up new challenges and experience new things because of fear of failure, fear of rejection. You are constantly cautious of your looks, your appearance, and what people think of you. All of these indicators of low self-esteem that I've highlighted are often the result of a combination of different factors. Factor number one to consider: family dynamics. Negative reinforcement from family members can impact a person's self-worth. If you grew up in a household where insult was a normal thing, where name calling was the norm, where you were consistently being told you were stupid, where you were told you are foolish at a consistent basis, where you were reminded that you are of no good use, where you were being told that you are a problem child, where you were being compared to your siblings, where you were being compared to your neighbor's child, where you were being compared to your classmates, there is a strong possibility that those things were said enough for you to believe them. There is a high probability that things happen so often that you believed those things to be true about yourself. And as life progresses, every curveballs that life has thrown at you, every challenges that you have experienced, every negative event has reinforced some of those things that has been implanted in you since from childhood. The second thing that factors into low self-esteem is past trauma and failures. Difficult experiences like bullying, sexual assault, sexual harassment. You grew up in a home where domestic violence was prevalent. You have experienced failure in some important areas of your life, like your relationships and career. All of these things can impact a person's self-worth in such an enormous way. Factor number three is unrealistic standard. When we set an impossible high standard for ourselves, we open up ourselves to chronic disappointment and self-blame if things don't pan out, if we don't live up to those expectations, if life happens and we are unable to live up to the high standard that we have set up for ourselves. And last but not the least, comparing oneself to other people. In this era of social media, this is the key factor of low self-esteem, in my opinion. In this era where everything is on display, where the glamorous and the shiny parts of people are on display for everyone to see, this level of social media and cultural pressure amplifies the feeling of inadequacy, and we are all feeding into it. We are all getting impacted. So let's look at some of the practical steps we can take to recalibrate our self-esteem meter. We need it to be high and stay high. So number one would be to show yourself kindness. I'm leading with that because when we hear kindness, we think it's a gesture that is supposed to be extended to other people but ourselves. But the truth of the matter is, if we are able to show ourselves the level of kindness that we show to others, if we are able to give ourselves the grace that we give to other people, if we are able to give ourselves the level of understanding that we give to other people, we would be able to manage a lot of disappointments, a lot of failures, and learn to appreciate ourselves, our effort, and learn to preserve our worth and value. Number two, challenge negative thoughts. Learn to silence those inner negative voices that propels you to criticize yourself so heavily, and practice positive self-talk. Practice daily affirmations. Listen, overgeneralization is the killer of self-esteem. You have to stop sometimes to ask yourself, all of these negative things that I feel about myself, are they true? Challenge the thinking that makes you feel less than another person. Replace those limiting beliefs that are within you by lifting your own self up. Number three, set achievable goals for yourself. Start with small and realistic goals that will help you build your self-confidence, either for professional or for personal reason, and learn to celebrate your wins. It will help you build momentum. Remember, you cannot compare your success to another person's success. We are all on a different journey, and you cannot measure up your life journey with another person's journey. So celebrate your wins, celebrate your milestone. They are yours to celebrate. Number four, surround yourself with positive influences. I cannot overemphasize how important it is to align ourselves with people that support us, people that genuinely celebrate us, people that uplift us and not tear us down. Distance yourself from every toxic relationship that contributes to the feeling of unworthiness. This is really important. I know sometimes it's hard to set boundaries, but if you're around situations or around people that makes you feel less of yourself, that makes you feel low, that toys with your esteem, it is very, very imperative that you summon the courage to distance yourself from such people. Number five, focus on your strength. All of the work that you have done and all of the effort that you have put into a life that you want to live, a life that you have dreamt of, all of the steps that you have taken towards a future that you have imagined counts for something. So forget about looking over your shoulder to see what another person is doing and focus on your own strength. Don't dwell excessively on all your perceived shortcomings to a point that it will becloud you from seeing the work that you have done and trusting the process that you are following to become the person that you want to become or to live a life that is meant for you. And the last but a very important step that I would suggest is be honest with yourself. I know that sometimes it's easier to live in denial than to face our reality. And I also do know that we live in a world where if you as much as show that you are insecure or show that you don't have confidence or show that you struggle with your self-esteem, the world and the society will shun you. They will shame you and demean you and diminish you even more. But you know what? You cannot also put yourself in that box and put yourself in a corner that the society expects you to be in simply because you struggle with your own self-worth. So you have to look yourself in the mirror and be honest with yourself with where you at right now. Those areas of insecurities, identify them and point them out. And find a way to work through them. If you cannot do it by yourself, I will always recommend seeking help. No man is an island. Because every step you take to getting better is better than not taking any step at all. Every tiny thing you do towards rebuilding your self-worth would definitely pay off, as opposed to living in denials and not doing anything. So seek help, get therapy, work through it. But you will not get to that point if you are not completely honest with yourself. You can't fake it and make it in all cases in life, I'm telling you. Because at some point, if you continue to hide and try to fake that, oh, I have this confidence, my self-esteem, meanwhile you struggle with some deep issues that you cannot work through by yourself, it will always show. It will show. And people will shame you for it. So be honest with where you're at. Talk to a therapist. Work through your struggles. Take little steps. Be kind to yourself. Try new things. Challenge yourself in different ways. Speak good things into your own life. Self-affirmation. Practice it diligently. Tell yourself positive things. Align yourself with the right kind of people so that you can live a life that was meant for you. If you've watched this video up to this point, I would love for you to leave a comment about 1 or 2 things that you appreciate about yourself. And if you have a story to share about how you dealt with low self-esteem or your experience with low self-esteem, I would like to read that in the comment section. I really, again, appreciate your support. Subscribe and like and share and turn on your notification bell, and I'll see you on the next episode. Bye.